I was scared. I was like, yo, listen, I don't know what's gonna come out of this water. Watching Shark Week, some of the weirdest fucking shit lives in the water.
Shark Week is terrible because it's so cool to watch, but
It
you're
makes
like,
you not wanna go
yeah,
anywhere
for
near
a
the
while.
water,
Luckily,
dude.
I don't go on vacation much, but luckily and unluckily. But so I've been in the water a few times where I know, like afterwards, I was like, yeah, sharks could be there.
If I was like in like appropriate scuba gear and like I had some kind of defense
Scuba
mechanism-
gear?
Yeah.
Scuba gear is not helping you. What you need is those like
No, but like
those like the
because it
chain
helps-
link, the like the old school chain link
No, but
metal.
I'm saying it helps you move more gracefully. So if you're not like going crazy, the sharks are less likely to try to attack you. Look, they might come close, but they're not trying to.
But they
necessarily.
will. I think the problem lies right where you, because most humans aren't swimming mad deep, right? And if you are, you're the scuba guys. Scuba guys. You're scuba guys.
Scuba diving.
Scuba divers, right? You're going to be a scuba diver, a what do they call it? The long breath or whatever it is. Those like the people who
like that.
like dive with only the air in their lungs.
Fuck that.
Dude, you've ever seen these people?
That
We'll talk
shit is
about that in a
insane.
second, dude. But hold on. So I think that the problem lies where if the shark is below you and when they look up, they only see a silhouette, right? They don't. Oh, that's human. They just see something and they're like, okay, well, I'm gonna eat. So they go, and I think that's where it lies. But I think if you're face to face, they probably still want to eat you, but it's a whole different story.
Well, you can like
Talking
know.
like we're like shark people and
just
shit.
watching it because there was another show I was watching afterwards where they were like going down. They were looking.
Glad
for,
I don't got cable right now.
They were looking for a shark that like apparently they said it was extinct like in the 70s. I forgot what the name of it was. Some kind of fucking shark that has like it's kind of small. It's like the cherry or something.
I don't know.
Anyway, so they were looking for this fucking thing, and part of them looking was they were going to like certain depths of the ocean, in fucking and like I don't know, man. It was fucked up, but it was cool at the same time, right? So they're down there and they're like on the ground with equipment, fucking cameras and shit. And there's like 2 or 3 guys, and they have a rescue dive team in case something goes awry, apparently. And they like as soon as they get down there, all of a sudden, one shark comes, and then you have like 3, 4, 5 of them come, and they're not necessarily swarming them, like they're looking to kill them.
They're just curious as
But,
fuck.
Yeah, and then like
What the fuck you doing down
one
here?
of them made contact with the camera that was down there, right? Like he fucking noticed it was there, and he grabbed it and he started fucking going crazy with the camera. And they lost that part of the camera. But
Stop filming me, motherfuckers!
Yo, I was like, it's so weird because you can't predict any patterns of.
No, dude, they don't know anything about great white sharks.
No, and like, okay, somebody got to do that job, right? Somebody's trying to figure it out.
I mean, I know, but they don't know
The
shit.
sea level's rising, so like at some point we're gonna have to share.
Yeah, we're gonna have to like be kicking it with them and shit, like on my rowboat. Like,
So
what up, dog?
somebody should know their patterns of movement, right? And I'm not gonna do that, but like if I under the right controlled conditions, I would love to go down there.
Most definitely, the ocean's terrifying.
Fucking
Honestly, I
scary.
don't know if we've ever talked about it. Like, okay, so would you rather go in space or be in the ocean?
Space. 10,000%.
Yeah, more than likely. And also, I would really like to go to space.
And I
I've
would
thought
like to
about
go-
it like if they were like, dude, we're sending a rocket, right? And we're just trying to see what's out there. I'll go. I just want to see what's up there. I'm curious as fuck, man.
I would love to see.
What if they're like, you can't come back?
Can I request a few items to be brought up there with me?
Yeah, I'm with that. I'm with that.
So let's say.
What if we went up there and we just filmed podcasts every Sunday to Earth about what we saw and
telecast
shit?
from space?
Like we're going past Saturn right now.
Like we are closer to the satellite, so this should be coming in great.
We also do understand at this point through these wormholes we've gone through that everybody on Earth is dead, right? Because time is relative as fuck.
This is true. Like nobody's actually getting this broadcast.
We're just talking to
Just
ourselves.
for
and
us,
shit.
so we feel like we're not gonna go crazy.
We are crazy at that point. Man, that would be fucking
Well,
nuts.
no, it's the same thing we do down here. So if you call us crazy,
But
up
there's
there,
other
you-
people here. In space, it's
But
literally.
let's say we don't know if anybody's getting these transmissions, and it'd be cool for people on Earth to actually hear these things. Because to us, yes, time is relative.
we're
but-
mad young still.
But we're still gonna be up there, like let's say 3, 4, 5 days. That still feels the same to us.
It does, but it doesn't feel the same. Okay, so I don't know the theory of relativity and all that shit, but I do know that either way, like our aging slows down as we speed up,
Yeah.
right? And there's because the as you're going the speed of light, right? Soon as you break that, I believe like things start really slowing down in your world, but you're going so fast that you don't realize how much time has passed in space on Earth back home. Right, which time is still the same thing.
The concept of going faster than the speed of light doesn't make any sense to me. I just don't see how you can do it. How can you go?
Exactly. That's why we have it, motherfucker.
Yes, but it's possible
Only in movies. Huh?
It's possible to break it. Like, it's possible to break the barrier of sound, which is crazy.
Yeah, but the speed of sound is not the same speed as light.
Well,
light travels faster than sound.
Right.
See why you see lightning before you hear thunder, right? Or do you hear thunder before you hear lightning?
You hear...
No, you see lightning before.
Lightning first.
You see lightning, then you hear thunder.
Right.
Whoa. Glad we got that one right.
Science.
Yeah, science, bitch. But no, like, so that, like, it would be really cool to go to space. Like, I think it would be cool as fuck.
I would love to go to space. But... And, okay, so I'm not saying that to say I wouldn't love to go into the ocean. Okay, listen. It's
1
scary as
second.
fuck.
I think we should introduce the podcast.
Yeah, I guess since we're talking about it.
We'll get back to this as soon as he introduces it.
All right, well, hey.
Pause for station identification.
This is the Kiona and Kasson podcast. So, Sharks.
You are now in tune to the motherfucking greatest.
Welcome to the show. This is episode 53.
53.
I am your host, Adam, here with my brother, Osama.
You heard?
Stacks is asleep.
Chilling.
You may see him, but maybe not, because he's out.
Yeah. Also, the camera is not expanded. I think you
Right,
set it
so we
up,
can't-
so you should know that.
Well, I know he's not in the view. That's why I said you might see him or you might not.
Maybe.
When he
maybe
wakes
not.
up and starts
Oh,
walking
yeah,
through.
word. No
That's what I
doubt.
meant. Maybe I should have clarified. Anyway, welcome if you're watching from YouTube, if you're watching or listening from any of the other platforms. We're happy to have
Welcome.
you here. But yes, that's good enough. Let's
Yeah,
talk
word
about
up.
this. There's certain, like, the ocean is so vast, right? And for the most part, like, we know what's in the top, like, let's say 100 feet.
We know a very small amount of what the ocean holds.
So little. And as you go, like, Marianas Trench is
That's
found to not
it's
even be the deepest point.
No,
anymore.
it used to be like, because that's like 26,000 like leagues under the sea. That's what they like call it or whatever. But like,
Weird units measured,
dude,
but-
how dope is that?
Yeah.
Like when I was watching a documentary about the Marianas Trench,
Yeah.
and the first time they went down there was like I think the 60s or some shit, maybe a little before, maybe a little after. I could be wrong, but I think it was
It's a brave explorer
right
right
around
there.
that time. And think about the fucking technology they had back then. They weren't using. You know, they didn't have these lightweight, stronger materials. You know, aluminum can be stronger than like it's crazy. Like, so the shit they used down there back then was just this big steel ball, right,
Yeah.
with plexiglass as windows. And I remember they went down there.
Which they couldn't go too deep because that would, the weight from the water would shatter that glass. What they wanted to do.
No. These guys actually went down all the way. I know they had other attempts, but the first guys to actually make it down there is from what I know from the documentary I seen, when they went down there, it takes 8 hours I think to get down there, right? And I think 5 or 6 to go up. Some long amount of time. Still, something fucks up, you're fucked,
Yeah.
or it's scary as shit, right? At the very least. So they got down there in this heavy ass craft, right? And when they landed, everything it's so still down there, right? That when they landed, all of the sediment at the ground at the bottom rose up, and it just suspended in the water. And they weren't able to really see a lot, right? They couldn't see much because of the fact that now it was so cloudy around them. I don't
Yeah.
think they took that into account. Maybe not.
But also keeping in mind that the deeper you get, the darker it gets, right?
Oh, exactly.
So now you even if you had like the light out there, there's only so much you're seeing. Now you have to
Now
stand
there's
out
nothing.
and
So
all
can you
of a
imagine how
sudden
scary that is? You're like, dude, that's fucked up.
it's fucked up.
Worst part about that story is they said that at one point they heard a loud like pop, right? And they looked, and the inside part of the plexiglass of one of the windows had cracked a little bit. So from that point,
That's what I'm saying.
I think they
You go
decided
down
that they're like, okay, we can't see nothing anyway, and they dipped out,
Yeah.
and they made it back up, I think. But can you imagine that happening?
Yeah.
Right?
That's what I'm saying. So the deeper you get, the heavier the water is on you, right? That's why there's only such a low point that we can access as humans.
Oh, without a craft?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So,
But there are people that do deep dives off one breath,
dude, what the fuck?
like
though?
large, but a lot of them don't come up.
No,
Well, I
imagine
mean,
not.
no. I mean, they eventually, like even these pros that go down there, they have like this long rope, right? So they know which way's up and they can access it. I think, right?
Right.
But so they'll go. They swim down along the rope, like they do their little slithery thing, right? And they go low a lot of the time after they've tried to challenge their breath so much. Sometimes that I guess they go to a point where they can't make it back up and they die.
Yeah.
Crazy shit.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, they have oxygen tanks to bring down there with
Dude,
you.
they're testing the
Why?
limits. I love swimming, but when I go to like at the bottom of a 12-foot pool, like your head starts to like, you
Yeah.
it's, you have to
Nah,
like.
see, imagine that.
Yeah,
you know?
dude, fuck
Now
all
going
that.
down to fucking Challenger deep.
Challenger Deep is a crazy dude.
I remember-
I'm not going anywhere Challenger Deep.
I'm not
Okay,
trying to challenge the deepness at all.
hell no,
Pause,
not that
grab
depth. I'm not challenging that depth. God damn it. But no, that's crazy. Now that they know that there's not enough, like there's deeper parts of the ocean with fucking like I guarantee like
Which when they figured that out, like
sea
how
monsters.
the fuck do you figure
like
that
sea
out?
monsters and shit?
Dude, all that sonar shit that they use, like they
Think-
developed some crazy.
Oh, dude.
equipment
Well, they've
these
mapped
days.
out all of the ocean,
Yeah.
right? They've mapped it out based on like laser fucking technology and
Fucking
shit as
the
it
Google
bounces
car
up.
drove by.
That Google, they had a Google like fucking submersible. They got some like, can you imagine that guy? Like, this is the worst job I've ever had.
So would you be more comfortable going in the ocean in a submarine then?
Fuck no, man. Listen. I know that a fucking spaceship is essentially a submarine for the ocean for the space.
You wouldn't feel more safe going down in a submarine.
Okay, so here's the issue, right?
I know
They
I'm not
both
gonna
have
be-
they both have their pros and cons.
I'm just saying, I know I'm not going to be eaten by a shark in the submarine. And I can turn on the
You
propellers
don't
and
know
just
that.
run it. You know
What if
I'm saying?
now? What if you go down so low that you find a place nobody's found, and there's this big ass like Ursula,
I'm not talking about like,
and she just grabs you and you're fucking dead. Now you
I'm-
met the Little
I'm
Mermaid,
not talking about like a single unit fucking submarine where you're going down there by yourself. Like you'd have
like a gang of submarines and shit.
No,
like a
motherfucker.
gang, like a submarine
Like a-
club.
like
Like
a
they got
15
car clubs. Yo, we meeting that Challenger Deep, motherfucker. Meet us there Sunday. Be
I'm saying
there or
you're going
be
down there
square.
like a 15-foot submarine.
That's not big at all.
Yes, but no, there's no great white.
I-
Great white is the biggest shark, right?
There are 15-foot great whites.
Okay, but if it's the same size, it's not going to try to eat it.
But it ain't gonna be nice to it. It's gonna fuck us up.
Plus, I'm trying to go down there and see some of these big ass gray whales. You know,
Listen.
there's some shit that I would like to see.
Oh, agreed. I would like.
And
I'm
I'm going down there in a
equally,
submarine quicker than I'm going down by myself in scuba gear.
Oh,
That's what
word.
I'm saying.
But I equally would like to see both space and the ocean. However, I think space edges it out just a little bit because it seems there's so much more space. Unless you go to the ocean and like you literally it never ends if you find a specific
I will say the only
hole
thing
or
that's
whatnot.
more-
I don't know what the fucking
the only thing that's
right
more
word
enticing
is.
about going down there.
I like your holes you got, ocean. You got some nice holes. Can I dive in your ocean?
Crit has a song called Addiction, and it's all just about wet pussy, pretty much.
I mean,
Lil Wayne is on it, of course. It's his favorite topic.
yeah, that's for sure.
Um,
But no, I think
the only thing I'll tell you is more
Be careful.
enticing about going down in the ocean instead of in space is space is not like a place that we're gonna be able to do a whole lot of exploring going up there, right? Like we don't have the right. We haven't developed. The
yeah,
right
we don't
staff
got
to go
we don't
far
got
there
that
either.
that Bob Lazar shit, right? Where they fucking like
We're not
you can literally just dictate your movement as fast as you like in any direction.
Right.
If we had that, space would be ill.
Yeah, absolutely. But
Just
see,
darting
that's
from
why-
fucking planet to planet. Nothing here, nothing here, nothing here.
See, because that shit's cool because
Find out there's like
you're not-
fucking planet people.
you're going
What
up
if that's what they call
you're
us?
going up there to discover
Earth.
things that you've never seen before or ever heard of, right? So in the ocean, there's a bunch of shit that like we know about, right? But
To
we'll
be
never
fair,
see
I think-
in person. So it'd be cool to be able to go down there and be like, oh, this exists on the Earth. Now I saw it in person. You know, like
Yeah, I mean it's here and like it's crazy that we like the ocean is super powerful, right? Don't get me wrong, space is fucking crazy. You got to go up there in a fucking rocket.
Yeah.
Right, that's one thing we haven't talked about. You got to go up there on like basically with your ass on fire, right? You're just flying up there. Hopefully, you know, a rocket's throwing this big ass fart, right? And hopefully it gets you to your destination, right? You lit it on fire, right? But you get up there, these rockets drop off. You're like, where are they going? I need them to get back, right?
think anyways.
Right. Now you're just floating along in
you
space.
got like just to the tip, and then you didn't make it out of the atmosphere.
Just
You
to the
escaped.
What
Yo,
if you made it?
What do you think
just
the
the
first
tip?
spacemen were thinking about when they were on the way up there? Like, what the fuck?
The
are
same
we
people,
doing?
the same thing those dudes thought about when they hit the bottom of Challenger Deep.
Yeah, no, we just went into the
Dude, do you
ocean
know how
in the
long
first
it's going to
place.
take us to get back up? I got to take a shit. Dude, that's another thing. Like in that ship, like what do you do if you got to take a shit? That's a long time. I don't know if I can go. Okay, so it's 8 plus 5. Let's say best case scenario 12 hours. I usually like to take a shit within a 12-hour span.
I mean, me too, but like, there be
I at
periods-
least have to take a piss. You can't go down there dehydrated.
I'm sure that you can. You know, especially if you're in a submarine, there's probably somewhere for you to piss.
Do you think it's just like a hose that goes directly out into the ocean?
I don't think they can do that because you don't want any openings.
Huh?
I don't think you want any openings at all on that.
One-way
ship.
openings.
Makes it
I don't know.
horrible.
Well, where does the pee go?
There's probably just like a chute in the back that just holds everything.
A chute? That means we're just holding shit. What if we have to be here for a long time?
Well, how long are you going there?
Well, how do you hold the smell of the shit?
I don't know.
Do you see the
I don't have
problems
that figured out.
that lie? I think
But see,
you can
look at the problems that
I
stop
think
you
poop
going
can
to
be
these
shot
things.
out of. See, I think poop can be shot out of the spacecraft somehow.
If you're
Space is interesting as fuck because you can like create. You can like when they dock and there's that space. They enter right like in the movies at least. I've never been to space,
Yeah.
but like when we docked the last time at the International Space Station, you know, the last time I was up there. No, but isn't it interesting that there's like a space where you get in, right? You load in, like in your space suit, and then you'd like close it and decompress, and now you can take it off in the same place. I don't think there's the ocean is the ocean. There's no you got to decompress after you've been in the ocean, but I don't know that you're fucked. It's either you're living or you're dead in the
very
ocean.
weird, but I will say
You keep pushing this, by the way. Yeah, let me hold on. I just want to make
I'm pretty
sure.
we're still in it. If anything, it's just getting further away from us.
Yeah, but yeah, make sure you don't push anymore. Back. But okay, so like I've been into the ocean, right? Like I a decent amount of times in my adult life, I guess. Not too much when I was younger.
Not me.
You haven't been in the ocean?
Twice I've been in the ocean.
Really?
Yeah. In Dominican and in Canada.
There's pictures of you in the Dominican. You have like
I look
the
great.
palest of skin.
It's
Can we make that the thumbnail for this?
No, what the
Adam's just like,
You see, this is why I don't let him edit.
oh man, if you let me edit,
Let me tell you though.
I'm learning a little bit of editing skills too. Oh shit!
Let me bring back some of these old.
These old what? Singing? Post them. I don't give a fuck.
I'm being very nice as an editor.
Yeah, you are. You are. That's true. But what incriminates me incriminates you, bitch.
No, it doesn't. Because if you really want me to release the music, I can.
You can release all the music you like. It's all terrible, but I don't care. I'm not sitting here thinking I'm some sort of artist. My goal here really is to be able to do voiceovers in cartoons, if you really want to be honest.
This is, yeah. I mean,
That'd be dope. But anyway,
so move on from the space and ocean thing. Would you go explore the Amazon rainforest?
oh, that's a whole. No, I don't know.
I was having this conversation the other day, and I was like, "Yo, that's a fucking scary ass place." Like, it's cool because there's a lot of things that we got, like cures and like different types of shit that we have discovered from.
There is
Amazon
so much
rainforest.
shit hidden in the Amazon forest that we haven't found yet.
Yeah,
It's
And
such a
that's its own
thick
abyss.
terrain.
Yeah,
You know, and
there's so many things that can kill you in there.
dude, all I know is I watched this show called The River like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And that made me really scared of the Amazon.
10,000%. And I'm like, there's like tribal people who live in there too, and they don't play with.
Oh, they do
when
not
you come
fuck.
around.
There's there's places where tribes live and have inhabited for many years.
Yeah.
That
And they nobody knows these people.
they don't
So you
fuck
better
with. Dude,
not.
did you see there was a report a few years back, or not a few years, like earlier this year, of the dude that
Off New York, right?
Yeah.
like, that island.
some sort of like isolated island, right? That a tribe lives in.
Yeah.
That there is a known unspoken or otherwise agreement that says, okay, you don't mess with, we don't interact. Like, don't send people to
don't come
us.
to our
We'll come to you. We have no interest in that. And this guy, for the second time, tried to go make contact with them, and they shot him with a bow and arrows, and they left his body on the fucking beach, right?
It's fucking Dances with Wolves.
Dude, honestly, dude, don't go dance with the wolves. They don't want you.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. She got some big ass titties, dog. Big what? So, I know you don't expect me to sell no peanuts out this
Well,
bitch.
let's save our quoting because there's another movie that I want to talk about.
Oh, word.
So-
Okay, but that's fine.
Amazon, man, no, I don't know.
No,
I don't know that I can do that shit. I'm like scared just thinking about it.
Dude, just the fact that there's tribes of people who have lived there for so long that refuse to interact with
like some Ace Ventura shit.
They probably call us some weird shit like the newsies and shit. Like
the fucking Waikiki. What they call it?
What? Chicago. That's it. You're out of here.
Yeah, man.
Fucking
I don't know. It's like there's cool things that I would like to go and try to explore there, but like
it would be
know,
nice.
man.
It would really be nice to be able to do things like. But in all honesty, humans are bitches compared to the rest of this. Dude, little spiders will fucking kill you in the Amazon.
Yeah, for real. We're very weak on the food list if we.
You know
really
what
talk
show
about it.
fucks me up? Naked and Afraid. At what point in being like lost in anywhere, right? Let's say you got lost in the forest or the rainforest or some island, right? Whatever, wherever you're at.
Right.
Why is the first thing that seems to have happened in the Naked and Afraid? They just shed all their clothing. You know what? We're lost. The last thing we need are all these clothes on us.
That's true.
Why do they get naked? Of course you're afraid that if you're naked. The last thing you need, I guess it's to show that you're primitive, right? You got to put like leaves on your dick.
Yeah, but
and
there's a
pussies.
reason why people didn't live very long back in those days. Like you gotta stay protected.
Dude, it's true. Like, think about it. Like, you ever watch that show?
Yeah.
These motherfuckers go to sleep, right? And they wake up with just mad bites on their asses.
And this is, let me tell you, a complete setup for
I'm not setting myself up to get my dick bit.
It's a dude and a chick usually by themselves out there.
Yeah, dude.
And I'm like, that's just
All
setting
I-
somebody up
oh,
for
listen,
something. Like, that's
if
not a smart idea.
You got to be single to go on that show, right? Because
Right.
that's just weird, right? Because the first thing I'm thinking on Naked and Afraid is, okay, before we get all these nasty bites, let's have sex.
Somebody did this.
Right? Somebody did this. So no, that's my thought. Like, okay, Naked and Afraid, right? Like it's got to be like The Bachelor, right? You got to go on single, right? All I'm saying is, don't pair me up with some like in the word of like Jersey Shore, a grenade, right? Like, I'm not with that. So like, okay, if you put me on Naked and Afraid before we get all this shit going on, right? Before we get hungry and we got no energy. Let's have sex. Why not? Why not? We're naked and afraid in a couple of hours. Let's be naked and having sex right now.
Like we could die because neither one of us know what we're doing here.
I always love they like rate their ability and they be like, oh, he was a 5.4.
Like, oh,
now he's a
solid.
3.2.
A solid 3.
He proved he has no skills in the wild. The first thing he did was have sex. That takes all your energy out of you.
Let me tell you, those shows are fucking dangerous too because you'll sit there and watch like a whole season of fucking Man vs. Wild, and you're like,
I can do that.
I'm equipped. I'm equipped with the knowledge to survive in this situation.
Yo, I swear to God, if I get lost, I know how to make a fire. Dude,
one way or another, I'll find a way to make a fire. God damn it!
Only you can. I'm bringing I'm bringing everything that can start a fire. Right? I promise you. I'm bringing matches, lighters. Dude, lighters don't really weigh that much. You should bring a lighter.
I agree. Yo, listen, I'm so fucking distracted, right? That if I was in that situation,
Matchbooks weigh like nothing. What is the problem with shoving a whole bunch of them shits at the bottom of your backpack? It makes sense so you can start fires everywhere you go.
yeah, you do need to be able to make fire. It's like one of their key things, but you better hope you don't go through a body of water. You fuck that bag up.
Well, that's the thing. Okay, listen.
Put a plastic
Can we
bag.
discuss the people that go hiking that have no idea? Okay, you're going unprepared, right? You're not bringing anything you need.
You don't have like knives and fucking lighters and
Dude,
it's
I'm not
probably-
going hiking without guns and shit. Like, and
At
like
least gotta
a
have
team.
one. You know,
Satellite
But
phone.
Let me tell you something. If I was dropped into like a Man vs. Wild situation and some weird rainforest in Costa Rica because that's where it seems like to go, I'm not fucking sitting here trying to survive. I'm literally going on a hunt. Like I know there's fucking Sasquatch out here somewhere.
Right, he knows he's gonna survive. Man, Bear Grylls is like, I'm gonna live, right? Like
He's like,
that was a terrible
equipped
accent.
with all of the necessary information.
I seen him once, right? He was hiking some sort of tundra, right? Some fucking iceberg he was on, and he's like, if you look down there, you can fall and it goes forever, right? And then I was like, all right, word.
It goes forever.
Right. You can like, there's no telling. So he threw some down and he's just like, yes, you can't hear, right? Like, and that's a terrible accent, I know, but that's what he sounds like in my head. So this motherfucker proceeds to grab his walking stick and dangles it and sets it up on, because it's wide enough where you can like jump across. So it's like 3 feet crevice, but if you fall, apparently it goes forever, right? 3 by
You can't hear.
It's 3 by infinity. It's 3 by infinity, right?
You just fall out of the atmosphere or something.
You just keep falling and shit. Like now you're in like some third dimension. So aren't there 3 dimensions already? Fourth dimension?
I don't know anything about
I don't know.
dimensions.
There's a whatever
This is why I
dimension we
use
don't
a
have,
tape
you fall
measure
into that one,
to
right?
get my dimensions.
Like what's that movie with Matthew McConaughey? The space
He's
movie.
confused? Oh, no.
Damn, I really like that movie. I'll think about it. But anyway, this motherfucker proceeds to set his stick up on both sides and just dangles. He's like, just in case you ever need to know how to get out of this. Like, listen, Bear, you just explained that I shouldn't jump in it. Why would I be in there? What the fuck is in Bear? You're nuts.
Like, I thought the crocodile hunter was crazy, right?
I wouldn't normally do this, but just to show you how to get out of it,
This
I'm going to try to kill myself.
He killed the snake, and he took all the snake's skin
Oh, I know
off,
exactly what
and
you're going
he
at.
peed in the snake's
Yeah.
skin, and then he drank it.
Later. That was the place he
I
stored
don't
his
think he
pee.
drank it later.
No,
I
he
think
did.
I think he drank it right away, showing you how to do it.
I swear I thought he tied it up and put it around his back.
That's I don't know. That's some crazy shit. How do you get good at things like this?
By
You just I'm gonna go get lost in the woods and see what
he was
happens.
like a lot of his training is like he's a former Green Beret, and like I think they send you out into the wilderness like literally pantsless, like in Naked and Afraid.
Like figure
Here,
your way
put
out of
this
here.
leaf over your dick.
If you can survive, you can move on to step 2 of the training.
If you don't die,
You didn't make it yet.
no,
but
literally the test is if you don't die in the next week, you win. Like you win what? You win a chance to be a Green Beret.
Like Survivor, I feel like I could have been on Survivor, and I would have been very good. It's probably just
No, you would rub people the wrong way and shit. There's no way you might be able to survive, but they wouldn't let you because they'd kick you off the island quick as fuck.
I'm just saying, I think I've Survivor Man'd enough, and it's just
In
probably
life?
It's probably a misconception. in
Survivor
my
Man
mind.
is wait, no, Survivor Man is with
I know, but same concept, right? So I'm thinking,
as Survivor.
no, well, like pretty
Survivor's got mad people on
much.
it.
I know,
They
but
try not to.
you're stuck on an island.
They're like
pretty much.
having sex and shit, and it's like Big Brother.
But-
Put all these people in a house
but
and
you
see
have-
if they don't fuck.
You have to work together to basically survive.
Yeah, but
That's the idea, anyways.
But
you know?
survival is the tactic, but like it's not limited to like life. It's like also like socially in the group.
Well, fuck that group. You know,
Exactly. That's how you get kicked off the island first. You'd be like, "What?
No,
I did everything for
listen,
you."
I'm very good at playing the game, though. You know.
Yeah, but you
I
would
can-
realize
I can
too
fall
late.
into all their
you,
good
would,
graces.
you would realize too late. But like Adam said, "Fuck me" the first day. He's gone. But like, and then you're in your personal interview. You're like, "Dude, I didn't realize everybody was supposed to be voting on each other." Have you not watched Survivor? But like, this is Survivor.
Oh, that's why we're here.
Like you're in some sort of lost sort of type of thing.
All right, we've been talking about being lost for too long. So I have saw that it's been 15
You have a
years now.
saw. You have a saw? Is it good? You recommend it? Should I go to Home
It's a
Depot and buy
sharp-edged
it?
saw, and I can get through many things with it.
Is it like? Do you have like a blade that I can use for both like wood and metal?
No,
So it's not a good saw.
it's a laser like.
I have a
Genesis.
saw that. You're fucking retarded.
But yeah, so it has been 15 years now since Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle.
Yeah, that's
come out.
crazy, man.
And that's why I was like, save these quotes because there's so many fucking quotables in this movie. It's ridiculous.
Dude, I just love that shit. Like, it's a great movie. Honestly, it was fun. It's one of those movies where, like, it obviously built cult classics like Half Baked did and like How High, which is obviously our personal favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think of all the stoner movies, for sure, How High is like it's my fave.
Yeah. Your fave?
My fave.
That's my fave.
It's my fave, guys. The purple stuff. All those old school like fucking like commercials like for Sunny D and like.
No, those old commercials are hilarious.
Oh yeah!
Great job of selling
What happened
you.
to the Kool-Aid Man, dude? Now he's just like farcical on fucking like Family Guy and all that shit.
Idea for us.
Or fucking Kevin on Office said one day he was like, in high school my name was the Kool-Aid Man, and he made the Kool-Aid Man face.
Yo, that's the most ridiculous looking human being of all time. And,
Brian Baumgartner or something like that.
and he has the epitome of male pattern baldness. Like,
Dude, it's super like draped around the side of his head and shit.
like how did you grow it like that?
And then
It
the
looks
best
ridiculous.
episodes is when he put a toupee on. Like, for those of you who don't watch The Office, like watch it. That's all I can say. But I will say, if you're going to watch The Office, start at the first episode. I think I've said this before, but start at the first episode because, to be honest, it's hard to build. It's hard to understand The Office if you don't build with The Office.
Yeah.
Because if you jump right in and you're like, "Who's this dick-faced boss they got?" Like, fucking punch him in the face.
Because you have to understand like the humor that they're
right, and it's built from the first episode. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. In order to like get comfortable with Michael, even though it's hard to do that.
Oh, it's so Michael has some of the most uncomfortable situations ever on TV.
Sometimes
I believe.
It makes me mad for him.
Scott's tots, dude. How fucked up is Scott's tots? You literally lied to all these children. He's like, but school isn't limited to just going to classrooms anymore. There are options online, and you're gonna need a laptop. And for those laptops, I have all the batteries for each of you. So it went from college education to free batteries. He's like, they're lithium.
Yo, he's the worst fucking person of all time.
I see you rocking the KKP shirt.
Yeah.
You know, we got to we got to get some more designs, man.
Absolutely.
More to come. We're working on that currently. Maybe we'll make a 54th episode T-shirt.
Maybe we should stop focusing on like the
numbers
shirts until like the 100th.
Maybe we should number
know?
shirts for our fans, and like there's only 10, but if you catch 10, you get one of the first 10.
It's quite a limited release.
There's not any incentive other than you get one of the first
big,
10.
rich, and famous. Eventually, then that'll be worth something.
Yeah, or just
maybe.
Tell
your friends.
At least you'll have a shirt to wear on laundry day. Monetize us. All right, we have to have a serious conversation. Before we get monetized, we need more views, y'all.
That's about it.
Yeah, that's word. But
but anyway.
Yeah. It's funny you brought up Harold and Kumar because I did see that video.
It's funny because we just moved directly away from it right away.
Yeah, 15 years. All right, so next.
I thought it was hilarious that Neil Patrick Harris was in there, and he was fucking coked out 95% of the time.
Is that where he's like, "We're so high, we're not low"?
No.
Is that where's that from?
That's like when they're at the end when they're on the fucking hang glider.
Oh, that's right. We're so high right now. We're not low.
Dick and balls.
Like, such a hilarious fucking movie. I enjoy it, and I guess a lot of people wouldn't. It depends, man. Some people can get with that type of comedy, and some can't.
Stoner comedies,
oh man, they're the best.
Extraordinarily funny.
But I would rank probably somewhere along the lines of How High, Half Baked, and then like.
Do you put Friday in there?
I don't think Friday's a stoner comedy.
I think Friday is a stoner comedy.
I don't think
they
so.
They spend a lot of their time smoking on the show and or the movie, and then it's also like it revolves around the story.
It does revolve around
drugs.
it revolves around weed, right? But like not very much. It's
hilarious.
I think it's unfair to diminish Friday to only a stoner comedy.
Yeah,
right. Because
yeah.
it does incorporate. From that perspective,
to some degree,
right?
It has stoner comedy.
It has elements of it, right? It was in that genre, but like it was more. Honestly, even though it was just one day,
it's just like a hood tale.
It's like super coming of age in a sense, right?
No, not really.
I do because in a certain sense of that perspective of the hood, right? Like there's that like if you have that perspective of that kind of lifestyle in LA, like it probably resonated somewhat towards you. Like
you've
incorporated.
Not everything's a coming of age tale. Like
it's not coming of age.
It's
not the typical. It's not like the Stand By Me's or the little
no.
like the fucking Sandlots of the world. But it does have elements of like older gentlemen, right? Like they were like 19 in the movie, right? 18, 19 or whatever, young. And like at a certain point, like, okay, you got to get it. You're trying to get a job. Motherfuckers trying to make money. Like you're trying to just make it in the neighborhood that you live in, right?
Right.
Get it how you live, pimp. Right. Like
yes,
that
but
kind of.
At the end of the movie, Craig was leaving the neighborhood.
Not at the end.
Well, not at the end, but the
next movie,
the next
right?
Movie, yeah.
Well, that was 3 years later. But not really. It was supposed to be the Friday after that.
Yeah. It was
how the hell was he 22 in the next one then?
Maybe he was 22 in the first one.
Son of a bitch. Either way, I'm just gonna. I don't think Friday is limited to I think there's many elements, and it can be attached to a lot of different things, right? And there was there was lessons. There was lessons in that movie.
It is a story.
What's the lesson in Half Baked?
Of perseverance.
If you give up weed, you get pussy.
No, they also got their boy out of jail.
Well, that was
It's a story
secondary.
of perseverance. All the stoner comedies are stoners, they're fucking perseverance is the tale.
There is an underlying tone of perseverance.
There is.
When they got
Even
their
if-
White Castles, they were so fucking happy.
And Friday, Craig finally whipped the bully's ass, you know.
But that was a
And-
lesson
and-
because he didn't shoot him.
And they got
could have shot him.
And they got Big Worm paid off. And Red got
Yeah, I
his
got
chain-
your money,
and Red
but
got
I
his
don't
chain
expect.
back.
I don't appreciate you sending me your punk ass, broke ass, bust ass homeboys.
Red got his chain and his bike back.
Red, yeah,
Yeah,
Red.
it was the story. It was a story of perseverance, and I think the whole thing here is the model of stoner comedies is that you're a stoner, so you're running into these issues, and somehow you get past these issues, and it's either with the help or the not so helpful element of weed.
I agree with that. And then that when you think about it that way, I will say it is.
Pineapple
but like,
Express.
but yeah,
Same
but that's
thing.
but Pineapple Express is called Pineapple Express. Friday is called Friday.
Yes, and
It's a fucking weekday movie. What? It's like it's
How
all
long-
about Friday and that's it.
how long into the beginning?
It chronicles
of the
their
movie,
Fridays.
How long into the beginning of the movie was Smokey getting stoned?
It
Not
took a
very long.
while.
No, not really.
It took a bit.
It took a minute because at first he tried to pull it
He
out.
had to wait for Craig's mom to get out the
Right.
crib.
And then he was like, we can't do shit over here. And
But
they
just
went
like
to his
any
house.
stoner, he wants to wake and bake.
Right. But that was in the beginning of the movie. It was a morning time.
Agreed, but I can't. Okay,
Wanted to catch you
like
halfway
I
with
said,
the
I
break, you know what
agree.
happened to
It
Red
has
ass.
stoner elements, and I can't deny that. But it also has like, there's too many elements. I don't know. You can't just
so at the
narrow
surface, At the surface.
it. How high
it's a stoner
is a
comedy.
stoner comedy? 100%. At the surface, below, in the middle,
Yeah.
at the end.
For sure. But any movie that
It's
is
called How
funnier
High.
because of the element of weed being used somehow is a stoner comedy.
Yeah, I just
So
don't
I'll
think
say
that they
it's a-
used the weed as such a funny part in the. It was just a part in the movie that happened, and Smokey was just mad funny at doing what he was doing. I'm in love with Mary Jane. She's my main
He
thing.
has 3 joints in his mouth. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, Harold and Kumar, I guess it came out 2004, 15 years. So it was, I mean, it caught like an early wave of stoner comedies, I would say.
Early wave?
Yeah.
No. Well, okay. So what was the first stoner comedy? Maybe Dazed and Confused? No. Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Maybe even
They
something
were
before
smoking.
that, to be
Okay,
honest.
look, they were smoking in other
It
things.
could have
Like,
been anything 60s, 70s, 80s. To be
look,
honest.
in Juice they smoked weed.
Yes, but we're talking stoner comedy.
I got it. Okay, so we're gonna go
We
like.
can call it Belly.
I don't know that there was too many other like stoner comedies before that. Like I think some of the first were like Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and like because those came out what year? Like I think those came out like 95, 94. Because they were no wait, Fast Times is probably 80s because that was a young
Yeah.
Sean Penn,
Yeah.
Spicoli.
I think 80s is probably like but you know what? Who's to say? Because the 70s could have had stoner comedies too. Like 70s weed was the biggest as far as like the time frame in which has been illegal everywhere.
I don't know, man. I think
Like Cheech and Chong.
oh fuck, how are we forgetting Cheech and Chong? So Cheech and Chong were the first stoner comedies for sure.
Probably, but see that's
Up
what I'm
in
saying.
Smoke.
You could always find something earlier, you know?
Mexican Americans.
I always think about too, like those movies that came out and like the big stand up acts that came out and shit back then, they wouldn't be able to succeed today. Because people would not find them funny because they'd be busy bitching about what they said.
Not everybody. Richard Pryor would definitely, but see, everything you bring up, right, when you talk about it in the context of today and when it came out is hard because those people had the benefit of breaking down barriers that weren't there before, or that were there. Now the door's wide open for people to bitch about shit that don't
Well,
like
they
either
laid-
matters or doesn't. It doesn't matter. They decide and they have a
those
platform.
comics laid the foundation for today's comedians to be able to do what they do and like talk about the things they talk about.
Word.
But if like say Richard Pryor, right, in the 70s, if they had the same mind state that they have today, largely like throughout the world, the whole sensitive PC thing, a lot of it wouldn't have worked because shock value, people are not accepting that shock value right now.
No, they don't want to hear you talk about like.
Which is why I always love when Dave Chappelle talks about, he's like, for the record, I never apologize for anything I say up here.
Yeah.
You know, like
He only he apologized to calling Daniel Caesar gay, but he called him gay like right in front of his face. with John Mayer on the camera. And John Mayer was like, "What the fuck?" And then he's like, He's like, "Daniel," and Dave was drunk as fuck. He was like, Daniel, did I offend you? Like, you know, Dave Chappelle voice and shit. But like, so off of that, like, you know, the PC shit, whatever. But like, I'd say Cheech and Chong probably, and Up in Smoke, honestly, probably my top favorite stoner comedy, because that movie was nonstop laughs about weed. Continuous. He like, I got it. He brought out that joint. He's like, what is this, man? It looks like a toothpick. He gave it to him. He's like, oh shit, it is a toothpick. A toothpick wrapped in joint paper.
They were driving a van made entirely of weed.
Dude, that movie's a sequence of just hilarious events. So I will say that that's probably not only the first stoner comedy, or the first really well-known mainstream, right? Because Cheech and Chong were big, and they made a lot of stoner comedies, but I think Up in Smoke may have been their first, right? Because they had Nice Dreams and all that.
Yeah, that was the first Cheech and Chong, right?
Up in Smoke, yeah. And I think that was just like, that paved the way for all this other shit. That's one, How High, Half Baked, and then whatever you want to do after that. Those are the ones.
It's always a tough toss-up between How High and Half Baked, to be honest.
I can't.
It's hard to, because sometimes, like,
I'm a ghost.
yeah. How High is hilarious, but like, so is Half Baked, you know?
He's a ghost, man.
He's like, oh, cool. That explains everything.
I'll be trying to put my hand through my head.
Trying to put my fucking hand through a car and shit.
Oh man, I love that. It's got to be that's second, but Up in Smoke is really funny. Like I think that probably paved the way for the most stoner comedies, and it was so early on, right? It's funny because the '80s was cocaine, right? But like,
but they were not ever in a funny context.
Yeah, cocaine always made the like, dude. Cocaine movies were never ending well. No. Like either you were selling cocaine and you went to jail, or you did cocaine and you were a fiend.
Those stories were like, either somebody got caught and brought down the whole organization.
Frank.
Somebody got murdered.
Dude, like, you either had the Frank Lucases of the world, or you had, like, I don't know, name that dope fiend.
What was dude's name from Goodfellas?
Leota?
Yeah, Leota. He brought down everybody.
Oh, Leota was a snitch.
He was a hard.
But what was his name in I can't remember his name in fucking Goodfellas. But yeah, like, you're bringing down the organizations, you know, and I don't know.
Cocaine doesn't end well, folks. Weed.
Like,
something positive happens at the end of those movies.
You know what happens if you don't do cocaine? Crack.
It turns all your bad feelings into good feelings. It's the cheapest drug there is.
You don't want no parts of this. He's like, I think I do.
It has non-addictive qualities. Yo, man, Tim Meadows was hilarious.
Tim Meadows is funny because he's the lady. He's the ladies' man, dude. Yeah, man. He's like, bro, hear that? What do you say? You're interested in debit? He's like, no, that's the butt. Yo, we haven't talked about shit this whole episode, but it's been funny though, man. I enjoyed this. This is good. Yeah. This is a good conversation. But I think that
Dewey Cox is an underrated stoner comedy, and I would put it under stoner comedy.
Really?
I would.
It's called The Legend of Dewey Cox. Wasn't that like a spoof of like Johnny Cash and shit? Like, wasn't that supposed to be the like?
I have no idea. I'd be lying if I said I did. I don't know shit about Johnny Cash.
I don't know anything about him either.
I know he died young.
Supposed to be cool as fuck though.
That's all I know.
I don't know. He probably was he racist?
He was probably
he
a
white?
rapist if he was in the Elvis category.
No, man. I don't want to put anybody in the Elvis category that I don't know for sure is an Elvis. Because Elvis was a sick motherfucker, dude.
He was, but people love him and don't look at
the conversation needs to be had about Elvis. First, you stole black people music, and then you stole little white girls. Like, that's weird, dude.
And then you died on a toilet with a... That's
peanut butter banana sandwich.
Yeah, whatever that fucking shit is that he likes the most. But you died on the toilet.
Do you think he had a good shit before he went?
Maybe he just sat down to shit, and as he pushed, he like...
Oh, that would suck, dude.
This is not a good conversation to have. We should
that would be terrible. Like, can you imagine? Like, all right, I'm gonna go take this shit real quick, and maybe he knew he was about to die, right? He's like,
You've been in there a long time.
I'm not gonna shit. I'm not. Craig been in there a long time. You find something to freshen that shit up.
When we were kids, he shat in the pool.
How he said he was like, when we were kids, Craig doo-dooed in the pool once. He's like,
so it kind of hit me in my
And that's how they ended the scene. But fuck no, dude. Maybe he knew he was gonna die, right? And he's like, I'm not gonna shit myself when I die, right? I'm just gonna shit before I die, and then I won't have to relieve myself after. And because if you got a shit on deck and you die, I think you poop yourself, right?
If you're sitting on the toilet when you die, do you shit into the toilet, or
are you still shitting after?
is it like when Dave Chappelle does slow-mo thing? He's like, for instance, here's a video of me taking a shit. The toilet exploded and shit.
Oh man, no. Okay, so like, obviously we don't want to talk about shit, right? But it's a thing that happens.
I'm sorry, we talked about that last week too.
So like, this is. I'd like to know, like, okay, do you think Elvis, right, knew he was gonna die and then took a shit so he wouldn't shit himself, even though he was on a toilet, so he'd still shit, but it would be in the toilet, right? Whatever. Or do you think that like he didn't know and he died mid shit, which would probably be the most unsatisfying feeling?
Like, okay,
Like you're taking a shit and then your heart starts to ache.
it was one thing we know, he was probably doing some kind of drugs, right?
Oh, most definitely.
So,
Dude, the late images of Elvis performing, he was fat and super sweaty, dude.
Yeah, dude, he looked terrible. But so,
I don't give a fuck about Elvis.
Certain drugs that you take, and I don't know this necessarily from experience. I'm just saying, sometimes you get a little constipated, right?
What, cocaine?
I don't know about cocaine. I don't fucking know. All I'm saying is,
You said it never ends well. Cocaine. If he was doing cocaine,
true.
he
So all
probably
I'm saying
did sniff a
is-
line of cocaine before he took
and he
a shit.
probably was taking pills and shit like that, and that type of shit clogs
I don't
you, right?
know though. Like, what pills were they taking back then? What did they
Whatever
have?
the fuck they wanted. They had all
In the
types of weird
50s and shit?
Yeah.
They didn't have what we have now.
No, they didn't have what we have now. They didn't have shit that they knew how to.
I don't know that pill popping was a big thing back then.
I'm pretty sure it was.
I think like you would like aspirin it up.
maybe. I don't know. Anyway,
Like, I ain't gotta have a headache for motherfucking weeks.
Regardless,
Bitch.
the only way that I could see that he would die on the toilet is for some reason, unbeknownst to me, he was clogged. Right? He went to go and push, and he pushed too hard, and it just.
So that's the
you know,
only.
that's
That's
the only way I
your
see him
only
die on the
theory
toilet
of
at,
him
like,
dying of natural
what were
causes
you,
on the
58?
toilet.
Not natural causes. I mean,
So you're saying that trying to push gave him a heart attack?
heart attack, stroke, aneurysm, you name it. It could have been.
I think he had a heart attack.
Well, it's possible.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, regardless of that, if you're going to take a shit and you die mid-push, that's not fair. Unless you're doing what Elvis did and you did little nasty things.
What's that Jadakiss?
I hope they ain't got peanut butter banana sandwiches in heaven, bitch. Or he's probably going to hell. Elvis probably went to hell.
Jadakiss said, and you know that you deserved it whenever you die with your eyes open. So if he wasn't sleeping on the toilet,
Did he die with his
went
eyes
to-
open?
I imagine so. I mean,
I don't know.
did you? Okay, I'd have to know the facts surrounding this. Did you die right after you sat down? Were you on the toilet? You finished? You were about to get up and wipe, and you just fucking fell out.
Oh, that'd be even worse. Imagine if he died wiping.
had a
So
full-
now he's got his hand in his ass while he dies.
And I would also like to know: did you bring that sandwich in there with you, or did you have somebody make it and bring it to you while you were? taking a dump?
He had it in his mouth, right? Like they found. Now we're just making fucking things up. I think
These are questions that I need answered in order to make.
the only answer you need is that Elvis was a nasty fuck.
Speaking of nasty fucks, R. Kelly.
This motherfucker pleaded not guilty. He pleaded not guilty, and then his lawyer asked for him to be released. And that dude, Elvis.
They said
I mean, not
they're-
Elvis. Well, he might as well be.
They said that he's worried about.
Is
they're
R.
worried
Kelly
about
the white
obstruction of
Elvis?
Justice. I don't know, and I have mixed.
But R.
feelings
Kelly
about
didn't
the
steal
whole-
anybody. R. Kelly's black. He couldn't have stole black people's music.
Well, this is true. I think it's really fucked
He just
up.
stole people's children. That's
Do you
probably
think
not
that his-
something I should have said.
He actually bought them. Thank you very much.
Ow!
Do you think that his lawyer on this case is court appointed?
No, I think that
I'm trying to figure out how he has money for anything.
the court. What? I don't know. At some point, I don't think the court should appoint you a lawyer. At some point, it should be up to you.
You have the right to due process.
Yeah, yes, you do have the right to due process. But at a certain point, you've doo-dooed on that process.
They don't care. They can't. They
It's a
can't. not
terrible
do it.
joke.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think it's fucking weird. And whoever defends that guy that is not court appointed is weird. I'm like, dude, I'm not taking your case, you nasty fuck.
I don't know, man.
It's publicity.
Yeah. Did you hear his fucking publicist?
But you see what
His
happened to
publicist-
Dolden after he didn't like after what happened to his ass. Like, no, I didn't want this publicity.
Did you hear his publicist resigned?
Is that the guy that said that was
the-
that?
fuck
Man,
you
fuck
talking
out of
about?
here, fam. Fuck you talking about?
He resigned because they had like some interview with him, and he said there's no way that he would allow R. Kelly near his daughters, and because he said that, he resigned.
I thought
you're not good. You're not a good publicist.
But then he tried to clear it up after. He's like, no, I didn't mean I wouldn't. I said I would, but
he said I wouldn't allow them anywhere near anyone who's under trial for suspicion of like fucking sex offend.
This is the same thing, sir. How are you a publicist? You don't know what you're talking about.
I think he was just largely offended after fucking talking.
I think R. Kelly just started hiring people off the block. Like, dog, I need a publicist and ain't nobody fucking with me.
He's like, listen, I ain't fucking with you. I got money to make on these streets. I'm gonna quit.
I am done with this shit. Dude, R. Kelly's a nasty fuck. He might be the equivalent of white Elvis. He's the black Elvis, right? Yeah. And Elvis is the white R. Kelly.
It's so fucked up. So like, I still have a hard time figuring out why is he so broke. You have arguably the biggest R&B act
he's
of all
probably
time.
been paying people off for years, dude.
Yeah, but you've been touring for all
probably money going straight to accounts. How many people, dude? Let's be honest. There's a lot of accounts of towards R. Kelly, right? So that we don't know how many people that are not even coming forward that have been paid off completely.
Okay, we're talking about a man who's like 51, 52, right?
I don't know.
And he started probably what, like 92.
R. Kelly's been around for a long time.
And so you're talking about what, like almost 30 years of him.
I get it, but maybe he had a lot of money and then he started having to pay people. Who knows? Maybe people were like, no, I want a mill every fucking month.
I think personally.
And though, by the way, the people who fucking negotiated that are nasty fucks, dude.
For sure, 100%.
Like, really? Dude, you have no honestly, if you did that as a person, you have no right to come out.
You need to be on trial with them.
Right, unless you feel like you're going to be on trial because, dude, you're an accessory.
Yep.
100%. Right, just like all the police that lie and to protect the one that did something wrong. You're all accessories. I don't give a fuck, man.
Yep, which is a crime.
Right.
By the way.
It's a crime, but only when you're convicted.
Right, for sure.
You know.
I don't know, but my theory is that he has certain people close to him that he put money in their name and gave it to them. And
you think there's money?
The reason why he's getting bailed out of jail is with that money.
So you think that he has money? He just has it's not connected to his name,
right?
I mean, that's a good theory. I mean, I'm not anybody that could tell you whether or not that's right, or I don't know what kind of job I would need to say if that was an appropriate assumption. But
psychology for it.
You don't have the technology nor the the know-how to pull off a procedure like that. Fucking Fogel. He's like, I'm gonna pull your fucking face off. I'm gonna put it on mine.
Oh God! Hey, did you see that?
I didn't even fucking see you, man.
There's that movie, The Boys, coming out.
Is that with the young kids who like
yeah,
they can't go to like high school or something without knowing how to kiss or some shit like that?
That shit looks like it's gonna be funny.
When
they have kids in stoner comedies, it's always an interesting.
I think kids should be in all stoner comedies. I think you should allow them to fucking smoke and say all the fuck words they want. Dude, honestly, there's no way. I know for a fact. If and when I have a child, that thing is gonna be cursing at an early age for sure. Yeah. There's no way. I can't be a hypocrite. I was fucking saying bad words like really early on, dude.
This is true. One time, I think when I was like this is how fucked up it is. Around 3rd grade, right?
That ain't shit.
I'm sitting here like, I'm cursing too much, man. I gotta
calm this down. Funny thing is, Adam wouldn't curse around me for shit, so I couldn't curse around him because this little motherfucker was a trick. Adam would drop dime on me with the motherfucking quickness. Dude, how many times I get beat for your little shit? I got beat for Adam's little dude.
That's falsehood. The only time he got his ass whooped is when he put excessive force on me, and I was
I got my ass whooped a couple of times because your ass couldn't keep your mouth shut. But you were small, and I couldn't fault you. Now, given the things I did, I shouldn't have done, right? And probably because I got my ass whooped, I didn't do them again. So but fuck you at the same time,
you're learning in life.
You drop dime on TC? That's a little Wayans Brothers fucking reference.
Stop telling them the references. They got to know them.
Yeah, but I mean,
if they don't know them, then it's too bad.
Maybe they got to go back and check it out.
No.
Okay, you're right. Word. All right, I'm with you. But either way,
have we talked about anything that matters?
Not one bit.
Are we an hour in almost?
We've been going a little bit, but it's cool. No, but what were we talking about? Cursing. Yeah, dude. That's funny as a 3rd grader. I gotta calm this shit down.
Like, man, I'm about to start slipping.
Like I had to separate myself from the
She's
booze.
gonna think it's because she bought the Marshall Mathers LP.
Yo, no, dude. Honestly, I cursed early, but I think it's all mom's fault anyway. Statute of limitations, or who gives a fuck? Honestly,
I don't know.
All I know is
anything with this.
No, mom made me curse early, probably. Like
yeah, but yeah.
But maybe not. I think like just like I'd find fucking humor in my kids saying fuck.
Yeah.
You know?
See, that's the problem. I would be too
Kindergarten,
immature
bro.
as a parent.
Kindergarten.
Oh yeah, no, I'm telling you.
I've told this story, I
It
think.
didn't start in 3rd grade, but that's when I was like, yo, I should probably get myself in check. I was
I should
like
hold-
a drug addict that was like, fuck, man, I'm losing my mind. Like Bam Margera or
I
something.
couldn't stop saying fuck. Dude, Bam. Shout out to Bam, man. Crazy fucker.
Opposite shout out to Glenn before we get too far into
Opposite
this.
shout out to Glenn.
Why not?
Shout out to Dave.
Yeah, shout out to Dave and all those other people in the world.
Yeah, all y'all, for all of y'all. No, I cursing is funny, man. That's why kids movies when they curse is always great. Every little kid movie every kid movie should be rated R unless it's like a Pixar.
Yeah.
Kids should be able to say fuck all the time, man. It's just a
funny.
word.
I was just thinking
it's a
the other
great
day-
word.
I was thinking the other day in Big Daddy when he's like, they throw him at the surprise party at Hooters at the end, and he's like, "Is that the guy with the old balls?"
He's like, I think so.
"Testicles."
Testicles. And no, didn't he say, I think so? And we say testicles.
He's like, "Come on, I'm sure they're nice."
I guess it's a 40-year plan or 10, whatever it was. No, I like his, but I wipe my own ass. I wipe my own
Yeah,
ass.
see, kids curse like in Rush Hour. That little girl,
Dude, I think
it's like,
kid-
yeah, push the goddamn button.
push the goddamn button.
You heard her. Yeah, it's always funny when kids are cursing.
Kids should be able to curse, man. It's hilarious. Let them curse. Just don't let them do other things. Don't let them do cocaine, as we've already established. It goes, it fucks
Never
you up.
ends well.
You might end up a 3rd grader like Adam in fucking rehab.
Like, I'm Adam and I curse too much. My mom was gonna.
You in here for some weed? He's like, boo this man. Fucking great, man.
Fucking
My name's Adam and I say fuck a lot. You fuck a lot? But like, no, I say fuck a lot. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
It's like, you ever suck dick for coke?
Nah. Not gonna do that. No, man, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. In other jail court related things, ASAP Rocky is now out of jail.
Oh, we can't. I was about to say free ASAP, but
shout out to
welcome
ASAP.
home ASAP.
Although I think they only negotiated leaving him in a hotel room in Sweden until his
No,
trial.
I think he's home. No, they let him.
just
I think they
reading
let
about
him stay stateside because he said that he was looking forward to being able to hang out with moms and shit like that.
I don't know. I was just reading a story about it yesterday, and it was talking about how like they negotiated just having him in a hotel.
Really?
in there until his
Because
trial.
last I heard he was stateside. Because I saw a picture of him in a car with a whole bunch of white women, and then like, yeah, obviously that gets
my
backlash.
man's came home.
He home. Hey man, you know what? When your name's ASAP, you got to do the things you like as soon as possible.
It only makes sense. If you're gonna
What
live
if
your
what if
character.
they called him as soon as possible Rocky? But like, dude, I heard this new guy as soon as possible Rocky fucking can rap his
Yo.
ass off, bro.
Trump put out some dumbass tweet afterwards, right? And he's like,
I saw
things
it.
got a little rocky there for a second. He's like, but come home ASAP, or some shit. I was like,
No.
fucking hate you.
Yeah, that was not that.
That was not it.
That's not what it is. Somebody did this. No,
Somebody shouldn't have done this.
no, man. Oh, that reminds me because I had gone to Rolling Stone. So there's not too many record shops around anymore, right? We know this. Like,
Right. We talked about this.
yeah, like
bullshit.
disc replays are gone. Even places you go to buy resale, there's few and far between. I think there's Reckless still in Chicago, and there's a few other. I think Gramophone is still open, but there's only a few.
Yeah.
But like I went. There's a place called Rolling Stone over here by the Hip, by Harlem and Irving,
Right.
and I remember we went in one day, me and Max, and it was some years back, and we used to go and just cop on like new CD Tuesdays. Man, tongue
just real
twisters.
difficult time.
Got any more tongue? What do you say?
Any more brain
Brain busters. No, so and I went in there. We went and we were looking at it was in the R's, and it was Royce the 5'9".
They actually rolled out foot.
Yeah,
inches.
so it was 5 FT foot. So it was like 5'9". Like it was hilarious. Like, wait, what? I'm
guess,
I'm
I
pretty
suppose
sure
that's
that's
what it is,
yeah.
but-
I mean, that's I think what it is literally, but It's come on, dude. Come on, don't white people this shit up all the time. Like seriously, I guarantee you go. It says as soon as possible, Rocky, in their A section.
It's probably true. Yeah.
I miss fucking flicking through the CDs, man.
Yeah.
The little click.
I came across my 2 books the other day with all my CDs, and I was like, ooh.
Like I still got this shit.
Yeah, man. I can't wait to actually just have them out on display.
Oh man, I still need to get mine displayed. I think they need to be treated with respect still to this day because that is
put them
music,
all in the cases
man.
now and take them out of those books. What do I need those for? I'm never gonna take the CD out anymore.
No, you know how like literature is like very like highly regarded, and like when they're trying to save things like in a fire, they try to save. Like remember in The Day After Tomorrow, dude was trying to save the books and they were trying to burn them. He's like, no, this is literature. What? Yeah. I get it. You don't want to burn shit. Look at. Fucking the Statue of Liberty is laying down beside the building. I think we're good. You could burn it now,
right? Like we might not live, so
I'm trying to be warm.
I'll
dog.
burn you if
my
you don't get
dick
out the fucking
is
way.
cold. All right, my dick is cold.
And you know what happens when your dick is cold?
You don't feel.
I don't have to tell you what happens when your dick is cold.
I've got the apex shrinkage, right? But anyway,
it's negative 27 degrees outside. It's at peak shrinkage right now.
But I was getting at firstly that
I can't
movie.
Get jiggy with the shit.
That's another like. That's one of those movies where like, dude. Firstly, I think we're heading in that direction very quickly. That motherfuckers really need to. That's a conspiracy podcast type thing, though. Anyway, before we get to there. Music, I think, is one of those things now that, like, as we're moving away from printed copy, right? Like, it's dope that vinyl's becoming another thing because people are trying to realize that, oh, shit.
Man, I was in Target the other day, and their vinyl section is bigger than their CD section right now.
Yeah, because nobody has CD players, but people are buying record players.
Vinyls are like $30 each, and I'm not...
No, agreed. But
$9 CD, that's what
I don't really care about, like, newly printed vinyl and, you know, whatnot, or, like, newly printed CDs. Like, you can go... Like, I love having, like, the original print of certain things, right? Or one of the original, like, from that when it was released, you know? So, like, a vinyl of the 70s and 60s and 50s, the ones that were first press or however they go, they refer to them. Right. Those are the ones that I think need to be in high regard and need to be treated correctly. And, like, I feel the same way about my CDs because it's a collection that took me years and years and dollars upon dollars to create.
100%.
You know, so I eventually, I do want to show them the respect they deserve, and I want to get them in a case that maybe might be something you can close to keep dust out of and you know, whatnot, because I do want to make sure that they're preserved, you know, and that's and no joke, right? I really want to do that.
Yeah,
you know.
Sure. No, I mean that's something like the collection has happened over a large period of time, and it's one of
years. You know, like
350, 400.
You
CDs
got
in a collection,
CDs dating back to like, I mean, you know, if you picked them up later, obviously, but you got CDs that dated back to when you copped them in '94 and shit, and you want to make sure that you hold on to them because that's just some dope shit, time capsule shit.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
Just like, I mean, I want to have like an all-out media room anyway, so I have like old systems, old CDs.
Oh, word, man! I mean, it's gonna be video games and record players. I'll buy it. I honestly want to get like 8-tracks and shit like that. Cool little like vintage things that maybe never used, but in a man cave-esque type of place can be displayed, man.
Cave.
Oh, word up,
just
word
all
up.
The old shit, even all the new shit mixed in with it. You know,
yo, those people that have some of the crazy. You ever watch those shows on TV like Crazy Collections where the guy goes and he appraises their collections and shit? Some people be having like the complete Nintendo lineup of the video games, including like arcade and shit, and it's their man cave, and it's like you go down there, and it's just like anything else that causes endorphins, right? Like, and whatever you do that you enjoy that like really brings joy, like the feeling of joy, which is indescribable and unmistakable. Yeah, right. When you go down there, I'm assuming that's what that does. You know, when you get in the car that you love, that you took you forever to buy, and you fucking drive that shit, and you hear it sound, and that's why I was saying, you know, when we're talking about like, you know, the car, you know, when people come to check out a used car, you got to hit them in all their senses that matter first: the sight, the smell, and sound, right? Yeah. Because when you turn it on, it has to sound right. When you get in there, it has to smell brand new. When you look at it, it has to shine like a motherfucking diamond. You know, like a fucking what is it? A diamond? What did they say? A diamond in a turd's? A turd's ass? Turds don't have ass. I don't see these sayings, man. Nobody thinks about this.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Turtle's ass?
I always
is
think
is a turd like an abbreviation for turtle?
I always thought
get that turd over there.
I always thought these things were weird, right? Like where do these fucking things come from?
And now you really evaluate them.
And then I saw some commercial one day, and like it was a child again talking to her mom, and she's like, "Mom,
oh, a diamond in a goat's ass. But why would a diamond be in a goat's ass?
Maybe he ate the diamond. I don't know. Do they?
Where the fuck are they at? Where diamonds are just chilling?
I have no idea.
Why are we not going to these places and getting diamonds? If goats are just eating diamonds, I'm gonna go pick up a couple.
I'm about to go pick up a couple goats. But the little girl asked her mom, "Why did people start putting cereal in milk?" And I was like,
"Bitch, because it's
or
delicious."
putting milk. Yeah, but like, who was the first person to be like, "Yo, this is a good idea. I'm gonna just pour this fucking white nasty shit into." Like,
I think back in the day, it was for sure based on options, right? You had milk because it came from the fucking calves
so
and
what
shit.
did they put in cereal?
You had
before
water,
milk?
huh?
What did they put in cereal before they put milk in cereal?
Water.
Water. You better put some water on that damn shit.
Better put some water on that damn shit. He's like, we ain't never got two things that man.
So, hey! Didn't I tell you to take out the trash?
All right, I'll take it out, man. That scene is great because now he's got to fucking deal with Lil Chris. That's Lil Chris. Let's get his
I've
ass.
been so salty with mom.
Huh? Oh, dude.
Excuse me, you made
Hook
what?
it up.
So now I didn't say I was making anything for you. This for me. Like
What the
Mom,
fuck?
you my mama.
I don't even think that happened once. Mom wasn't making food with it if she wasn't making
She
food
already
for us.
knew, yeah.
She's like, all right, these motherfuckers can come down hungry. Me and Adam were fucking disposals back in the day.
Yeah.
Could eat the shit out of something.
Yeah. What's it called? Mukbang.
Mukbang, dude.
Mukbang.
We are still in talks to do mukbanging.
Yes. So
And
if
for
you'd like to
those of
see
you who
us
don't
mukbang,
understand what that is yet, go look it up. It's
just
not
know
what it sounds like.
It's not a pausable moment.
It is not porno. That's all I'm saying.
I suppose it is some people.
You spoos?
Spoos. I suppose
If you
it is.
spoos, it might be a porno.
Pause. Just all of that.
You said spoos.
To the bottom. You know what I mean?
You said, what is that, Kramer? Yeah. Michael Richards. That guy had some time. But Kramer is a hilarious character. He may be
All we've done was talk
he
about
might be a
entertainment.
little racist.
All we've done was had entertainment talks today.
Yeah.
And I think we're getting close to
To where we should cut
where
it
we should
off.
Probably just stop talking. You know?
I mean, this is fun talks and shit,
Yeah.
I was thinking about like so when you back in the day when you're a kid, right? And like it's hot, right? So ice cream used to be a thing because I was having a conversation about how McDonald's used to actually because I was talking to my boy who has children and we were talking about how like Happy Meals and McDonald's itself used to just be very geared towards children, right? That's where you would go, man. Fucking you go to McDonald's, you'd be mad happy. You get a Happy Meal in your little box, you get a toy, you go jump in the ball pit. Pause.
I'm just trying to
and then
see
you
where
like,
you're going with this because ice cream is still a thing.
I know, but I'm getting to the point where like that's where you like before. I mean, there were parlors and shit, but when you get ice cream, where we used to go, McDonald's. You get soft serve from McDonald's, right?
Mean, yes, but for us, Tasty Freeze was also a thing at the time.
Yeah, but I don't remember ever having money for Tasty Freeze because
And
Pops
then-
was not handing
And all we
out
had to do
cash
walk
like it was
outside
just
because
something
the
to
ice cream
do.
guys going down with the cart, and then
Dude,
we
okay.
had 35 occasions a day where we can get ice cream.
Yeah, but we didn't have $35 fucking dollars. So anyway, but I'm getting to the point where like soft serve, right? Like when you're a kid, I was just getting to the point how when you're a kid, you don't really care, right? You'll just be messy. So like you'll be eating the fucking soft serve, right? Like
It's on your shirt and
It's
shit.
got the cone. No, not it wouldn't even be on your shirt. Like you'd have it running down your face. But the best part is like you'd be trying to catch it like as it goes down, right? And then it would roll down your fist. And then by the end of the ice cream, you'd have fucking ice cream like a drip
Dripping off your elbow.
right off the elbow, right? And like you'd look and be like, what the fuck? And you'd be a kid like go to lick it and shit. You
This is
can't.
your first introduction to. I bet you can't lick your elbow.
Right, that's exactly what I was just thinking. That's exactly what I was just thinking about, man. 100%.
Kids are stupid.
Kids are pretty dumb, man. Like, if you really think about it, like, what are you crying for? I'm not doing anything different because you're crying.
It's like, I gotta take a shit. Well, fucking go to the bathroom.
Elvis died while taking a shit on the toilet. At least you got a
wanna
diaper. At least you got to poop in your diaper. Right? At the very least, you can get on the toilet and like do me a solid and do it in the toilet, right?
Right. Like, don't be one nasty, messy motherfucker. I gotta clean this shit.
I really don't believe I've ever changed a diaper, which is hilarious.
Not just mom's.
No, I don't think I've ever changed a diaper, which is funny because I have all three of you as my siblings.
I certainly have changed a number of diapers.
No, I haven't. Was never really interested in that.
We'll see. And this is part of why I don't want a child. I'm not trying to change your nasty.
Like
ass
I gotta
diaper.
clean
Like,
your shit.
I already have to pick up after my dog, and that's an inconvenience.
That and I gotta clean after myself. I'm a grown man, dude.
Yeah, no, that's not something I'm about at all.
No, it's funny because I've had 3 siblings, and at least one that was like 13 years younger, and I didn't even change his shittier diapers.
These kids are eating nothing but like mushed vegetables and shit. Like that's nasty.
I like to believe I never
Those are
shit in
nasty
diapers.
shits.
I like to believe I was on the toilet pretty early.
No, you had shit on your ass, but and your balls probably.
No,
at one
I'm
point.
pretty sure I was right on the toilet, man.
I don't think so.
No, that's how my story goes. Fucking came out. Mom was like, "Hey, dude, here's the toilet." Be like, "All right, dude, let me go take a shit real quick. Get the fuck out of here."
There's an infant falling into the toilet.
Is this the light right here? All right, get out of here. Where's the exhaust fan light? Huh? Where's the switch?
So you're even falling into things as an infant?
No, I knew how to hold my I had to hold myself and my balance and shit.
Oh,
I was a fucking pretty advanced toddler.
child prodigy.
Child prodigy. You East Coast? I far East Coast. I think it's time we get the fuck
You
out of
gotta
here.
love the colorful use of the American language.
What'd he say? What'd he say?
He said, "I love America."
I love America. He's like, we got dough. And if not, our best friends got dough. And if not, they best friends got dough.
So bring all the hoes, ass, titties with you.
Did you just call us hoes? We meant that in what'd he say? He's like,
Said I meant that in a good way.
I meant that in a good
That's gonna be
way.
your favorite stoner comedy. You don't even know the words.
It's been a while. Admittedly, we
Yes,
used
but
to
how
watch
many
that a
times
lot.
have we watched this movie?
Some amount of it's been a lot.
You should know it from front to back.
I know it a little bit. Nah, I know.
What the fuck is your problem? In the beginning, you're gonna be an herbal scientist, my brother.
I love that shit.
Yeah,
Dancing
let me
with
get to
wolves, feel the dreams. That's a corny motherfucker.
You're gonna need some strong stuff.
Just stay awake. And on that note, we'll see you next week.
You've heard enough about our movie quote ability.
Yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and if you enjoyed those movies, you probably did.
If this is not the kind of content you want to see from us, keep it to yourself.
Word up. If you ain't commenting about the other shit, you ain't commenting about that and getting away with
Now
it.
watch our
You
subscribers.
might see me in them comment sections, bitch.
This week our subscribers are either gonna go up to like 1,000 or go down to 0.
It's closer to 0,
way.
and I'm worried that might be the way we go.
We ain't gonna never stop.
Uh,
Well, at least have 2, because we have our individual YouTube accounts, and I subscribed with mine.
I'm not going to lie. So did I.
Boom.
Bang, bang.
2, like the fingers. Peace. We'll holla at y'all.
I was
Next
wondering
week.
where you were getting at.
Yeah, that's if you just listened and waited, you would have saw where I was getting at.
The peace sign could be used interjectionally as a greeting, something, or
A
farewell.
request, greeting, or farewell.
So next time, try to find a different way to be an asshole. Peace.